day Manny Pacquiao entered darkness began when a 21-year-old defending champion got knocked down so hard in front of his home crowd that he lay motionless on the canvas while 10,000 of his own people fell silent in horror, only to rise up and transform into something so ruthless, so relentless, that he turned his opponent's face into a crimson mask and discovered a side of himself he never knew existed. October 14th, 2000, the Phil Sports Arena in the Philippines. Thousands packed the venue to watch their hero, 21-year-old Manny Pacquiao, defend his regional WBC superflyweight title. The atmosphere was electric, the crowd deafening, the expectations enormous. Their golden boy was set to put on another show. Standing across from him was Nadal Skinny Hussein, a 22-year-old Lebanese Australian with a perfect 19-0 record and a reputation that preceded him like a dark cloud. He wasn't just undefeated. He was known as one of the dirtiest fighters in the sport, someone who thrived on being the villain. Feeding off the hatred of hostile crowds, Hussein came to destroy the local star. He was taller, more powerful, and absolutely unafraid to fight dirty. When the crowd booed him during the introductions, he smiled back, soaking in their hatred like fuel for his fire. This wasn't going to be just a boxing match. This was going to be war. From the opening bell, Pacquiao exploded with furious combinations that had Hussein retreating immediately. The Filipino torpedo was in full control, his speed overwhelming, his power undeniable. The crowd was going wild, sensing an early knockout. Everything was going according to plan. Pacquiao was landing punches in bunches, rights to the head, lefts to the body, combinations upstairs and downstairs. Hussein was covering up, looking for survival, unable to establish any offense of his own. The first round was a complete domination. Pacquiao going all out in round number 1. The commentators marveled. But they also noted something concerning from Hussein's trainer. Even if he gets hit with everything, he's used to high punishment. Hussein has been taking severe punishment here from Manny Pacquiao. That should have been a warning sign. As the fight progressed into the second and third rounds, Hussein began showing his true colors. The dirty tactics emerged. Illegal elbows in the clinch, rabbit punches, holding and hitting, shoulder bumps, every trick in the dirty fighter's handbook. But Pacquiao kept coming forward, kept throwing combinations, kept dominating. The young champion was ahead on all the scorecards, boxing beautifully despite the illegal tactics. Hussein's strategy seemed to be failing. He couldn't match Pacquiao's speed, couldn't handle his power, couldn't find a way to turn the tide. Then came round 4, the moment that changed everything. Early in the 4th round, Hussein landed a devastating left cross to Pacquiao's jaw. The punch connected with sickening precision, and down went Manny, crashing to the canvas hard, laying motionless as the referee began counting. 10,000 Filipino fans watched in horror as their hero lay on his back, eyes glazed. Blood beginning to show, Hussein celebrated prematurely, raising his hands, convinced he'd just scored the knockout of his career. Hussein rushed in immediately, trying to finish the job, throwing everything he had to put Pacquiao back down. The young Filipino barely survived, clinching desperately, trying to clear his head, buying precious seconds to recover. But Hussein, frustrated that Pacquiao was still standing, did something that would prove to be a massive mistake. He threw an illegal elbow to the back of Pacquiao's head during the clinch. The crowd erupted in outrage. The referee, Carlos Padilla, immediately stepped in and deducted a point from Hussein. The warning, the point deduction, the recovery time, it all gave Pacquiao the seconds he desperately needed to regain his senses.
Big punch by Nadal Hussein. Ito, hinahabol po si Nadal. Partner, nabigyan ng again. The shoulder. Gumagabit ang shoulder at Hussein.
By the 8th and 9th rounds, Hussein's face had become a bloody mask of cuts and swelling. A particularly vicious exchange opened up a terrible cut on his cheek, blood pouring down his face like a crimson waterfall. The referee should stop this and call the ringside doctor. The broadcast team urged, "Look at Hussein's face. This might need to be stopped." Hussein kept throwing illegal shots even after the bell, desperately trying anything to survive. But Pacquiao was relentless, a man possessed, fighting with the fury of someone who had touched the canvas and refused to go back there ever again. Round 10 brought the climax everyone had been waiting for. Pacquiao, sensing complete victory, showed absolutely no mercy. He trapped Hussein against the ropes, unleashing combinations that would have stopped most fighters 2 rounds earlier. A crushing right hand reopened the cut on Hussein's cheek, turning his face into an even worse crimson mask. Blood was everywhere. The referee stopped the action immediately, bringing in the ring doctor while Pacquiao paced like a caged tiger, desperate to finish his prey. The crowd roared for blood, demanding the fight continue so they could see their hero complete the destruction. The doctor took one look at Hussein's mangled face, cuts everywhere, swelling, closing his eyes, blood streaming down, and recommended stopping the fight immediately. Hussein protested wildly, insisting he could continue, but it was over. The referee waved it off. Technical knockout, round 10. Pacquiao climbed the ropes, raised his fists, and roared in triumph. The arena exploded in celebration. Their hero had been knocked down, hurt badly, but had risen like a phoenix and destroyed the dirty fighter who tried to take his crown, everybody now standing up. The commentators shouted over the deafening noise. This brutal war became legendary in Pacquiao's early career. He was ahead on all 3 scorecards when it ended, but the numbers didn't matter. What mattered was how he won, showing he could fight with ruthless determination when pushed to his absolute limits. That night against Hussein wasn't just about defending a regional title. It was about discovering what type of fighter Manny Pacquiao truly was when faced with adversity. When knocked down in front of his home crowd, would he stay down? Would he survive but fight scared? The answer was neither. He rose up and became something terrifying. A fighter who could be hurt but never broken, who could taste defeat but refuse to accept it, who could transform pain into fuel for destruction. This fight showed the boxing world that Manny Pacquiao possessed something rare, the ability to reach into the darkest places inside himself and pull out performances that defied logic. The scared kid who got knocked down in round 4 was gone forever. In his place stood a warrior who would eventually become one of the greatest fighters of all time. But here's what makes this story even more significant. If a dirty fighter like Hussein could push Pacquiao to this level, what would happen when he faced truly elite competition? What would happen when champions with real skill tried to break him? Because somewhere down the road, bigger names were watching. Champions like Eric Morales, Juan Manuel Marquez, Marco Antonio Barrera, legendary Mexican warriors who would test Pacquiao in ways Hussein never could. And when those fights finally came, when Pacquiao faced adversity against truly elite opposition, the warrior born on that October night in 2000 would be ready.